Well, what a wonderful moment this is. Coaches Johnson, plural. Guys, all of us are still picking our jaws up off the floor after the 400 and the 4x4. I know you guys get the blessing of working with these women every single day. Chris, I'll start with you. I mean, talk about not just living up to expectations, but surpassing. I mean, just how extraordinary were both of those races?
Well, I mean, obviously, guys, the Johnsons, we think a little different. And our bar is a little different. And obviously, it takes a special athlete to be able to get to that bar. But we feel like that is the standard, and we're going to work them, and we're going to hold them accountable to that. But we're fortunate enough because these athletes are superior talents. They work really hard. They're really dedicated to it, and they're engaged in what we ask them to do. You know, and so it's a two-headed monster. So they really don't be able to get away with anything. So if I miss it, Boogie's going to catch it, or vice versa. And we working together is a blessing for me, because doing it by yourself is very, very hard to do. And he's there, and he's got the prerequisite experience and expertise to be able to help us along in the program. And it's really a group effort, a joint effort from us. You're looking at guys from humble beginnings out of Prairie View, Texas, and had a dream, and we're living our dream right now.
In terms of a team accomplishment in one event, in that 400, do you think we've ever seen anything like that at the NCAA level? Does anything possibly top that?
I'll let Boogie answer that.
I'm not a historian of it, but there's so many great accomplishments and feats in track and field throughout the years. But I think that in this moment, what the young ladies were able to accomplish will be special for a long time. I think the 400s and the 4x4s kind of highlight the team, and they kind of, the backbone of the team, if you will. But I think those events and those runs will be special for a long time. Records always may be broken, so I'm sure it'll be our job next year to kind of surpass that. But we'll enjoy and relish it for now. But when we started the season, we set pretty lofty goals for the team and the athletes, and I think that for them to see those things come to fruition at the most important time, at the biggest championship, the biggest stage, I think it's a highlight to them and their hard work, and the goals they set forth, and the sacrifices they've made throughout the season. So couldn't be more excited for them, couldn't be more elated for the university and everybody. So we're kind of moonwalking on the ground right now, but we'll reset and look toward the trials that are looming here in their respective countries.
How do the coaching responsibilities break down for that group?
From the sprints to the hurdles to the jumps. One day he may be doing hurdles, and one day I may be doing sprints, and one day I may be doing jumps, and one day he may be at the high jump pit. So I kind of know how he thinks, he knows how I think, and it's kind of just seamless. And we basically have an outline, and we just go from there. So the thought process is the same, the messaging to the athletes are the same. Chris is the head coach, so it's a top-down mentality. He's been in Arkansas for a long time, and he kind of knows where I've been in and out of college track, so he kind of knows the nuances of things a little better than I do. And so we just follow his direction, and as it relates to training every day, we kind of think alike, and so it's seamless for us. It's easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of processing.
Now you work with those ladies each and every day, so I'm just thinking about just hearing about the collegiate record at 3:21, and then today 3:17. Does that come as a surprise to either one of you?
Well, we talked about it, and we thought we could run 3:18. I mean, if you put all the PRs together after the SEC meet, it's 3:19.0, and we're fortunate enough to have a statistician in Sean Price that's going to give us all those breakdowns. But our goal was 3:16, 3:17 internally, but obviously we don't want to go out there and put that type of stress and press on it. Obviously, you need help to do that. You need other teams to be able to push you along, and I think Tennessee and the rest of the teams that were in that race really gave us a challenge. I just think that when you finish 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, what are you gonna say? Yep. Shoot for second. we were going for the win, and we kind of played it safe with the handoffs because obviously the team title's on the line, and we could have did a better job there. But yet and still, what these athletes have been able to accomplish, and I don't want to go and have this interview and be remiss without mentioning Laura Taborda, Destiny Hooven, Sydney Travolta, and all the young ladies who contributed, and Rachel Glenn obviously, to this championship, because it's a collective effort. This is the Arkansas way. It's not one way. We might be strong in one event this year and it'll be something else the next year. But the buy-in that we get at the University of Arkansas with our athletes and the coaching staff and the administration is next to none. So we can't really complain about that. Obviously, we always want better, but I think it provides the landscape for us to do what we do and do it at a very, very high level. And we want to push. We just don't want to settle for just what happens every year. We want to push and see if we can get to the next envelope. And I think having the right staff, having the right athletes, and having the right attitude as it pertains to that will always yield a special result.
Did any of the times in the 400, open 400, surprise you guys today?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
How happy are you guys that Rosie finally gets to join the group?
You know, Rosie is like on a stalwart. Like, she is kind of the utility knife, and she just serves in so many different purposes, and she just works hard every day. Little kid out of Dallas, shows up with a great attitude and just is brought into the program. She's been with Coach Johnson for the entire time and will just do anything you ask her to do. And this is kind of her reward for just kind of being a team player and always putting the team first. And this is kind of how she's rewarded with a phenomenal time, a personal best, and something that's going to really give her a lot of confidence going into the Olympic trials. We laugh about it all year. From day one, we always tell the athletes that it's going to come down. Every national championship is going to come down to the 4x4, and you know, everything's on the line. What are you going to do? Who are you going to be? And for the championship to go down to the wire like that today with the 4x4 was as good as it gets for us. We got a chance, then we know the athletes are going to give everything they have in the tank. They certainly work hard enough to do it. So what a way to end the championship meet on top, man.
And I'd like to congratulate Oregon and obviously Florida and all the other teams.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss. I mean, you're looking at Tennessee, Texas. I mean, everybody's on their A game. An Olympic year brings it out of everybody. So to go out and just have to be able to sit down and look at all the success and all the PRs and just the phenomenal performances, it will be rewarding. Obviously, we're moving and we're focused on what we're doing, but just to be able to go back and look and just see some of those things is, I mean, coaches are really coaching, and we just have to stay on our A game and try to stay ahead of it, but we know we got our hands full. So congrats to those guys, and we're just the fortunate ones this time.
Kaylin ran 49.13 today. As a true freshman, like, do you think she can get to this level this quickly? How'd that happen?
I think when I remember when we brought on, when I came back to campus, Coach brought, he said, we got this little freshman, she's like a little 53-second girl out of North Carolina, and the offseason was really, really hard for her, and she was nicked up all the time, and we just kind of kept encouraging her, and she just kept kind of buying in, and she finally started getting consistently healthy and being able to train well, and to see her come out here and run like she wants, she's just fearless. I mean, I don't think she knows any better at this point, but she's certainly fearless. She listens and takes coaching very, very well. You don't get that all the time. We were just fortunate enough to have her in our program. I'd take 10 more just like her, and we'd be all right.
And I just think, I mean, in talking about Caitlin Brown, man, I don't have the stats. I'm not a stats guy, but I would venture to say she's probably ran the most 49s of all the athletes that we've had at the University of Arkansas. So I think that, you know, just to be able to, I mean, to put it in words as a freshman is just unbelievable. It's just a special talent.
We just need to doctor her birth certificate.
Yeah,
she should be the World U20 record holder.
She's one day. She's born December 31st.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's unfortunate that she would miss that, but this young lady is special, and she's a great kid, and she works really, really hard. But it goes to show that being persistent, accountability, and hard work always pays off. And you know, this girl no one can say they would think this girl would run this fast, not even us.
She's
But-
Britton Wilson's biggest fan, and she asked us after the 400, well, how fast did Britton run last year? Coach said, well, that was it. You just matched it. So she was like, oh. And Britton Wilson was pretty special. So I think this kid, the sky's the limit for her. You know, that God willing, she just stays healthy and just stays focused, and let's see where it goes from there. But we're fortunate to have her.
Well, they are on deck. Gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you, guys.